Fishing Let's Chat.
How would you like to go fishing? And I don't mean just fishing like with you and a friend. How about fishing with the pros and fishing with some law officers at the same time? Great program coming up called Fishing with a Deputy. Joining us here on the far right is Matt Lee with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. Matt, good to see you.
Good to see you, Chip.
Here is almost soon to be world famous. Are you an angler or are you a fisherman?
I'm a little bit of both. It takes both of them to get it going. I can just tell you that.
This guy is Buddy Gross, and he is one of the few, Buddy, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Who can honestly say he is a professional fisherman.
Yes, sir. It's
And
been good.
I've got some statistics here to pull that up. You've only been fishing as a pro for 4 years, but you were telling me that before we went on the air, you've been fishing around here for a long, long time.
I have. It's Lord blessed me to be able to find the fish, and it's just been good to me. I started on the banks of Harrison Bay State Park, and all those fine folks used to run me off daily to try to keep me off the docks, but now they let me come up there and hang out now.
All right. Where's the sweet honey hole?
Harrison Bay area.
Harrison Bay area. Okay, that's what I figured I was going to get. Matt Lee, you have got Buddy and some other great folks. You guys have put together this thing called Fishing with a Deputy. Give me the overview of this.
Well, you know, I think law enforcement in general are struggling to communicate with the public in a positive way now, that all the things going on. So we're looking at how can we reach the young people of our community. And what better way than to fish on the beautiful shores of Lake Chickamauga? And you know, when you're fishing, I grew up fishing. I know Buddy did. I'm sure you did.
Me too.
It's a great way to meet people. It's a great way to actually have a conversation. So these kids can actually get to know not only Buddy, but their local law enforcement deputies, and also their families can get to know them. And it builds a relationship. It builds a rapport, so that people know that law enforcement is there as a service to them, but we're here to protect them, and we're there to be their friend. We're not their enemy.
Sure.
So reaching these young kids at a young age is the best way to do that. And what better way than fishing?
What better way than fishing?
Yeah,
I can't think of
absolutely.
it. And you can look at a guy like Buddy Gross, who you have, let's see, you've only been doing this 4 years. You've got 4 career tournament wins, 12 top 10 finishes, and so far you're pushing $500,000 in career earnings.
It's been
Not
good.
bad.
No, it's not.
For fishing, it's not bad. For anything
we can
else,
only
it's
make
not
that
bad.
kind of money fishing.
Boy, no kidding. No kidding.
It's a real job, but you know, looking forward to this event with these kids are going to open up. I mean, when I learned how to fish as a kid, you know, that was the best way to take my attention off of everything else and get a open ear.
I had heard off the record that when you were approached about this, you said yes, that quick.
Absolutely. I mean, I just love sharing what I know with the kids, because it kept me out of trouble my whole life. I could have went in many directions. Had a lot of friends who did.
Sure.
But fishing and the outdoors just kept me centered.
I mean, you know, and fishing is one of those sports that you can do with someone, you can do with a group of people, and it's rewarding when you feel that tugging on the line and you reel one in.
That's exactly right.
There's nothing better than seeing the look on a kid's face.
Yeah.
I know with my own daughter, when she catches her eyes, you know, I will say this, like you said, as soon as we reached out to him and I talked to him on the phone, he was like, whatever you need.
Right.
And when you reach that kind of pinnacle in your career as a pro fisherman, to be able to give back like that and make these, I've already had kids contact us, can we get our autograph with him, or can we get our picture with him? You know, they're excited. I mean, it's like being able to be taught fishing by a pro fisherman. Who gets to do that? It's like being taught baseball by a pro baseball player, you know.
No doubt about it. This is going to be an incredible event, and it's coming up right around the corner. It is
this Saturday.
This Saturday.
June the 8th.
And what about if kids don't have the equipment? You're going to be able to help them there?
The first 250 kids that register, one per family, we're going to provide them a rod and reel. We have some sponsors that have been able to help us raise money to purchase those.
Outstanding.
We're still encouraging family, if your children do have rod and reels, to bring them, especially if you've got multiple kids in your family. We want to make sure everybody at least has one rod per family. We'll reevaluate that when we get there, see if we have extras, depending on how many show up. But the goal is to get everybody in the water fishing and see if they can catch something.
And I can tell you, do you remember it? If you've done any fishing whatsoever, you remember what catching that first fish of your life was like.
Absolutely.
The first time. You're going to have a chance to help Buddy and Matt and the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office recreate that feeling for hundreds and hundreds of kids. I think
And I'll tell you, the signal centers, which I've got to give a shout out, they're going to be bringing probably close to 20 kids with special needs.
Outstanding.
And they're going to be on the deck there. It's all fully accessible. And a lot of these kids are going to be fishing for the first time.
Matt, we got to leave it there. Buddy,
All
it's a
right.
pleasure to meet you.
Yes, sir.
We'll be talking more about this on our morning show over the coming days. So we'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 10 for more Let's Fish. I mean, Let's Chat. I'd rather fish.